Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Monday, January the 23rd, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, then drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. We do create multiple hypotheses, four main hypotheses, in order to have a plan in place so that we can then look at what the market is doing and seeing which of our plans best fits the market and execute on that plan. This is a subscription service. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There is no website. There's no blog. We do everything live here. This is not a commercial venture. We do live trading analysis during the course of the trading day. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Whew, that's a mouthful. Okay, so take a look at Friday. Friday, our main hypothesis was a rotation down, and then finding responsive buyers, and then continuing up and going and testing that double top and all-time high at 77. Our secondary hypothesis was a open auction in range, a false breakout, and then rotate back down through to the VPOC and push through towards the 58 area. And basically we got hypo 2 for the most part, except that they couldn't get any lower than the 59.75, and we just sort of chopped into the close and just could not fall out of that balance, and came right back in and closed up right back near the microcomposite VPOC and balanced. Just totally balanced market still. Overnight, inventory is net short to neutral, but mainly I think it's pretty net short right now. It looked like we were going to break down. We put in this triple bottom down here. There is a zipper measured move that has not been violated yet, and I'll show you that on the Renko. But as soon as they got down to the 58, where we were expecting in hypo 2 on Friday, the buyers came in. They keep buying it up down here between the 56 and 58. What happens? We rotate back up and test that 64 level again, bang on it a couple times, but now we're back and we're trading in around the microcomposite VPOC. Very boxy profile, very toothy profile overnight. There's a lot of indecision here in terms of where fair value is. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be jittery today. But let's take a look at the market, step back, take a look at the market macro to micro, and see where we are within the time frames. I always start my day with a candlestick chart with a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. I'm looking for slope and separation for strength of the trend and where it's being challenged or violated in any candlestick patterns or chart patterns that pop out on me on any given time frame. Monthly, beautiful upward trend, multi-year, challenge at the end of 15, beginning of 16, take back, got a beautiful rising 3 pattern for continuation, and we're getting our continuation, and we're holding. The weekly is creating either a bull flag. Here's the flagpole, here's the flag, or we're getting a symmetrical triangle, whichever you want to look at, and we're looking to see which way they resolve themselves. But we had, an inside week here, an inside week here, an inside week last week. So we are seeing some consolidation or opposing force stepping in here. It is on a weekly, and we don't even begin to challenge the overall trend on the weekly until we get down to the 45s. But we're seeing a lack of putting in, a new high on the weekly, and we're one time framing up on the weekly still until we break below last week's. So really indecision, but I think we're getting ready for the breakout. Uh, you know, uh, having balance within this area for a couple of weeks is normal market. The way we've been reacting. But the overall trend is up on the weekly. On the daily, you can see same thing. We're consolidating. We're creating this symmetrical triangle. We are challenging the trend here at 2260. So keep an eye on that. There is a naked cross that we put in on the daily on what day was that? On November the 9th. So that's the um, uh, day after the election. And so we've got a naked cross down there, 21.18 in a quarter, but nothing to concern yourself with today, really. Going to the intraday, you can see that we have started a small downward trend in the 4-hour. We are below the 9 and the 20, and pushing down right now on the 4-hour. But remember, this is a 4-hour, and the overall is balanced. I mean, look, this is one great big huge consolidation zone here. Going into the 1-hour, you can see we're trying to challenge the downward trend here and try to get back above and hold above the 9 and the 20, kind of at a decision point here on the 1-hour. On the 30-minute, we were trending down most of the night, and then Europe opened and took us back up. But now we're challenging the trend, but we are in between the 9 and the 20, so we haven't broken the trend or gotten back into a continuation pattern. 15-minute, we are below the 9 and the 20, but more consolidation rather than rather than a trend down. And then the 5-minute, you can see we're trending, trying to take it back, continuation. Now they're trying to take it back again. So really indicative of a balanced market, and no clear decision which way this is going to resolve itself, either to the upside or to the downside. A normal auction after this long in balance usually has a tendency to resolve itself to the upside because you're accepting price. But we've got a lot of indecision right now. The microcomposite VPOC right there at 65. Shorter time frame from the time we got back up into here is just slightly under that at 64.75. The value area high that you want to pay attention to is the microcomposite value area high at 70.50, and the value area low down below the 53. We have that Thursday low that we put in at the 53, and the buyers came again. You can see there's a lot of buying wicks, okay, buying tails here. Every time we come down, those buyers are stepping back in. Not as many wicks to the top, although we had a lot of doji day. Doji, 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 doji. So still, it's anybody's game. It's tough to trade these, so you have to keep thinking more in short time frame trading. So just remember to keep it tight. If we do not hold the 52.50, then I'm targeting the 48.50 and then the 44 area again as our next big destination. Our key line in the sand, unfortunately, is all the way down here at 38.25. I've been talking about key line in the sand for a while because there's the only real key line in the sand is this 38.25, and if you get below that, then you're targeting the 34s, but more importantly back to the 27. And remember, we still have not come down and tested the significant breakout candles 50% retracement, which is in the 19.25, 1950 area. it almost seems like forever that we left that alone and have not been back down there again. So taking a look at the overnight, start moving our levels over. Our overnight high is 66.50, one tick above the, I'm sorry, two ticks above the naked VPOC. I'm sorry, three ticks above the naked VPOC at 65.75. Just near the close. The close was 66.50, so basically right at yesterday's naked close. Our overnight low is 58. I consider this 58 to be somewhat of a weak low. It's not solidly weak, but with the weak low on Friday and then the weak low overnight, if we get back down into the 58s, I don't think we'll actually end up holding. Our 20-period full session daily ATR is running at 1465. So off of the high overnight, our downside daily ATR target is moved down to 5175. And off of the low overnight of 58, our upside daily ATR target is 72.75. So that's a move back to the range high from Friday. There is an LVN here at 64, but because it's in balance, I really can't use it. It's just too close to the overall, balance area that we've got going on. So in terms of hypotheses, I'm going to keep this short because, I wanted to show you this, so something that you can, pay attention to. We put in a zippered measured move that does not get violated until we get above the 66.25. Looked like they were going to break it down, but then the buyer stepped in at 58. Now we put in a zipper to the upside. So we have opposing zippers. What does that mean? Well, it means that we have balance. And, this is where, it's nice to have these zipper measured moves. Remember, zipper measured moves are not setups. They are simply destinations. And our upside zipper measured move, which does not get violated until we break below 58, is up at the 66 area, which would bring us right back into challenging the downward. So this whole zone between the 66 area and the 58 area, is got conflicting information. And we really have to discount these two until one is violated and we put a new one in. And this is something that you'll see when we get such strong balance. So just just note where each one of these is violated, and then take the opposing one and then go back to that measured move. And that would be down to 54.50. We could put in the main target of this this upward zipper measured move without violating it, and then fail from there. And that way you could see both of these zippers play out. But if we go above the 66, I'd be looking for that 68 extension. And if we go below the 58, the 61, and then the 51.75, then you can see that 51.75 happens to be right there at our daily ATR downside target. So my hypotheses, we're going to be opening up in value, and we still have a half hour. We could put a lower low in. We are trading near the overnight low. But overall, trade areas, I'm going to use the value area and the range low as a combined trade area. I'm going to be using the 60, or I'm going to be using the 68. There's an LVN there. And that target on the zipper measured move. In between, there's not a lot I can lean against. There's just too much balance up here. The microcomposite is shifted back to 65. So it's going to be a tough area to trade, especially how blunt the overall profile is in this area from Friday and overnight. It's got a range of about four to 5 points that there's just nothing to lean against right now and no real indication. Above the 68, we have to get above the 68.75, so I've got to incorporate the value area high. But if we do, we've got a nice target at the 70. It's also going to offer some resistance at the 70.50, just above. So I'm going to put a target in a trade area. I want to front run this. I'd probably bring this down and I'd take the 69.75 and then use the 70.50 as a possible resistance. Above that, we're targeting the daily upside target. That's also going to be, remember that last year's high was that 22.73. And I think that's what's holding us. You know, we went up to that 74, then we went up to the 73.50, then we went up into the 72.75. So we're banging on that, creating a two lower fractals, but they're within distance of each other. So there's the 74, there's the 73.50. There's the 72.75. So that is coming down, and then we've got that double top up at 77. But if we get up here again, I don't think it's going to hold. I'm looking for the breakout above 72.75. I'm going to target the 74 to put in a double top there at 74, and then looking to continue up. To the downside, again, there's not a lot that we can use. I'm going to use the range low from this day right here, which is the 53, targeting the 51.75, and then below that 48, 44, and then the year open at 40.75, and then our key line in the same. So, main hypothesis. We are seeing some weakness. We're below value, and we have a little bit of a weak low. My hypo 1 and hypo 2 are going to have equal weight to each other, but they're just going to be slightly they're going to be opposing. But to me, it's 50-50 which way this can go. So my main hypothesis is an open auction in range, a move up into the 65, 66, maybe even the 68, finding responsive sellers and rotating down, taking out that overnight low and coming back down here into the 53 area and chopping around. Maybe even a late day probe down into the 48, 47 area. So that's hypo 1. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, a move down to the 58, and then between 58 and 53 again, finding those buyers, stepping in as they've been doing, and rotating us back up into the 65, 66 area, back into balance, chopping around here, and then pushing up and closing up here in the upper distribution from the double distribution on Friday, possibly even testing that 74. I'm not expecting us to go and take out the overnight high today. I think it's going to be more of a balancing day yet again. Hypo 3 is a open auction in range, failure at the range low, failure to hold the 58s, push down into the 51s, fail at the 51s, and then push down and come down and closed somewhere down here, a little bit lower than our hypo 1, and just come down into the 40, maybe even down into the 38, 35 as a failure day and a breakout of the balance that we've been into the downside. Hypo 4 is an open auction in range, failure to break below the 57, rotate up, get up through to the 72, 73 area, push higher, and go and take out that all-time high and close somewhere up here in the upper 70s or low 80s. And basically our breakout day balance, and then see if that breakout day actually holds. Gold right now is finding balance. Our balance is in around this 1215 area. We're chopping around it overnight after making a 24-point move up. So we went down 23 and a half, up 24. We're balancing here. You know, until they break below this 1195, you still got to be thinking that we're either going to chop between the 1200, even 1198 area and the 15 area. But if we do not hold the 95, I'm looking for a bigger move down to these targets down here. Anything above 1920, we've got a bit of a weak high here. Anything above that, I'd be targeting. Where's my profiles keep disappearing here. I'd be targeting this 1233.40 area as our next big destination above. Anyway, that's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.